Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I got an astrology video for you guys. In this video, I'm talking about Sagittarius Rising or Sagittarius Ascendant. And here we go. Sagittarius Ascendant is a pretty cool ascendant. I love Sag energy in general. So with the ascendant, it has to do with yourself, it has to do with your body, it has to do with your outer appearance, the first impression that you make on other people, and overall, like your whole approach to life. And as well, the ascendant, I found when I do readings and things like that, I found that the ascendant is actually kind of like linked to your north node because it shows the manner in which you go about your north node. Sagittarius rising, a lot of their life path is about higher learning, so kind of elevating your mind and expanding your mind, accumulating a lot of like life experience, a lot of wisdom. So these people can find themselves on the path to becoming very enlightened and also becoming like teachers and guides and mentors to others. Another part of a Sagittarius ascendant's life path is their ability to live in their truth, speak their truth, live in their truth, because you have to think too, like Sagittarius ascendant, they have Scorpio in their 12th house. So they're coming from a past time where, with Scorpio on the darker end, they could lack moral code, they could keep a lot of secrets, they could lie a lot. A lot of underhanded things go on with Scorpio. So with this ascendant sign, somebody being born into this ascendant sign, they find themselves having to live a life of truth, being true to yourself, being very honest, establishing a high moral code to live by, things of that nature. With the ascendant, it also shows like kind of like the surroundings that really shaped who you are, even prompted your life path in general. So with a Sagittarius ascendant, it's like two things. Either they came from an upbringing where it's like, again, that Scorpio energy kind of rippled over to where it's like they were like surrounded by a lot of low vibrational energy, a lot of people who are very controlling or very manipulative and things like that. Part of their life path as well is to be free, have freedom, freedom of expression and freedom to just live life on their own terms. So, a Sag ascendant, they could find themselves deviating from a lot of things that they grew up around. Specifically with a Sag ascendant, they could have found themselves, growing up around people who were very religious, like say like their families were like Catholic or Christian or something like that, right? A Sag ascendant, they start questioning like, why do these people believe in this? Or why are they trying to make me believe in this? Like, is any of this even true? Like, is this even true for me? So a Sag ascendant, that prompts them to really go out and explore, travel, and experience so they could figure out what's true for them. And then there is that other side of the Sagittarius ascendant, because remember I said it could play out in two ways. The Sag ascendant can find that they have to elevate themselves as well. These people are meant to be ascendant people, like highly ascended people. So with the Sagittarius ascendant, they could find like they outgrow a lot of things that they grew up around, because they could have found themselves around people who kind of just wanted to be stuck in the same thing. They didn't want to expand, they didn't want to grow, they didn't want to progress, they lack vision. So that also can prompt a Sagittarius ascendant person to really just branch off and really rise above kind of like the menial life. A Sagittarius ascendant, they're meant to live a very fun, adventurous, and even prosperous life. This person is ruled by Jupiter. So that brings me into kind of like their outer appearance and kind of like the first impression that they make on other people. So these people with Jupiter on your ascendant, you got the Jupiter frequency on your ascendant. This person, quite literally, since the ascendant has to do with your body, like I was saying earlier, this could make somebody very like large, or it could make somebody very tall, or even if they're average height, average weight, the Jupiter frequency on somebody's ascendant, Jupiter expands things. It blows things up. It makes it more than what it is. So this person has a very larger than life kind of presence, almost making it seem like they come off as like a god or a goddess. Because, Sagittarius is originally ruled by the ninth house, the house of the gods, goddesses, figures that are highly ascended, like Buddha and things like that, really worldwide figures that are highly ascended. It shows on this person's energy. So this person they could come across a little bougie. They could come across like, a little stuck up. But I ain't mad at it because I fuck with Sag energy anyways. I love that bougie energy anyways. But some people may take it the wrong way. But what you're going to find with a Sagittarius ascendant, like, they're very giving, they're very kind people, just like any Sag placement. People who have Sag placements, they're very kind, they're very giving. These people are also go-getters as well, very ambitious, they have vision. I forgot to mention a couple things. So earlier in the video, I was like talking about how Sag ascendants could be like surrounded by like low vibrational energy. So yeah, a Sagittarius ascendant, or even just Sag energy in general, like, these people have to operate in a very high frequency. Like Sag energy, Jupiter energy, that's high frequency energy, and that's energy where if they're in a low vibrational space, they got to detach and rise above that shit. Like, I can't be here. Like, Sagittarius energy is like good vibes only. Like, I don't want to deal with this shit. Sag energy is a very positive and optimistic kind of energy. They find positivity in any situations, even in situations that are not good. They always find an opportunity for growth. They always find an opportunity to evolve. So yes, another thing with their appearance as well, like, Sagittarius is a sign that is very cultured, and they tend to admire other cultures, so these people will kind of pick from people's cultures that they admire and incorporate it into their style. So this person, quite literally, it could go a few ways. Either this person could literally be an immigrant or come from like an immigrant family, or they could just be like just a mixture of different cultures. Or even if they are literally like American, like, there's just something about their physical features that is just very exotic and different. And even the way they dress as well, it's just very different. It's just very exclusive, I would have to say. That's like the best way I could put it. Kind of going back to more into their life path, a lot of their life path has to do with establishing their faith, or just the themes of their faith and their belief system. Because again, Sagittarius energy is ruled by the ninth house, or they rule the ninth house. So the ninth house has to do with your faith. It has to do with your belief system, and this is why Sagittarius ascendant, a lot of their path has to do with traveling. They're going to travel a lot, physical travel, or, they could just experiment with like different psychedelics and things like that, things that alter their mind and put their mind in like a higher state of mind so they could tap into higher dimensions and, higher understanding of things. This person's mind is very elevated in this lifetime. Something that they'll find is that in this life, they're going to be tested on quite a few things. Their beliefs, they're going to be tested on their ability to live in their truth and tell the truth as well. So they have to live a life of honesty and integrity in this lifetime, and also having a little bit of tolerance, because Sagittarius on the darker end, they could find themselves in a lot of debates and arguments with people due to like what's true and what they believe and things like that. And that's because like Sagittarius energy in general, they don't like to take things at face value. They question things, or they just go figure it out for themselves. Like, they literally go get their own experience so they could form their own perception and opinion on the matter. So they're not just going to just take in anything and everything, because you have to remember with the ninth house represents like churches, temples, sacred places. People with Sagittarius energy or ninth house energy, like, their mind is like a sacred place. So they're very particular about what comes in You know, this is why Sagittarius be using that little arrow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they be like combating shit because they're not going to just take in anything and everything and allow everything in their mind. Why? Because your belief system is very important in the way that you structure your reality, you know, and it's really hard to kind of let go of a belief system. Once it's ingrained, you know, and Sagittarius energy understands this. This is why Sagittarius energy, they don't listen to everything. They don't take everything in. You know, they're not gullible people. So they're very protective over their mind. And, you know, with that Jupiter energy, it does add like a form of like protection as well. Why? Because Jupiter is very detached. Jupiter operates at a very high level to where it's like, okay, like I'm open enough to listen, but I don't have to take it on. Going back to just kind of like their upbringing again, they could have found themselves around people who just thought they know it all, or people who just had a lot of knowledge, be it what they do with that knowledge, that really all depends, but education is very important. So I will say, like with Sagittarius ascendant and just Sag energy in general, sometimes they'll do traditional college. It really just depends on the person and the rest of their chart. But most times, Sagittarius is the type of person where life is like a school to them. Like just going out in life and making mistakes and things like that, that is how they learn. That is how they learn. And I could agree because I'm a Sag moon. I have 9th house energy myself. And I could honestly say that, you know, I've learned more through just being out in life than in school. So, and my life lessons stuck with me more than things that I've gotten at school. So another thing with a Sag ascendant, you know, they could find that, you know, they are blessed to have a lot of positive role models and figures and mentors and teachers in their life. So they may have grown up around people that maybe have taught them the wrong things or kind of used their knowledge in a very negative way, but they are very blessed to find people who use their knowledge in positive ways to help. And they're blessed to find these people along the way on their path, so to guide them in the right path. Most times, you know, again, it really just depends on the rest of the chart, because somebody could be a Sagittarius ascendant and they could be misguided, you know, and having to figure everything out for themselves and teach themselves. Overall, like the Sagittarius ascendant, this is a very, very inspiring ascendant. I love Sag energy. It's one of my favorite energies. These people are destined to be of big significance in their lifetime, like do something very significant, very, very similar to like the Aquarius ascendant, how, you know, they're destined for bigger and better things. And, you know, they're destined to live again, like that prosperous, fortunate life, you know, even if they may not feel like it, especially in the beginning stages of their life where, okay, you have to go through a lot of lessons. Sagittarius energy, Sagittarius ascendant, yeah, there's a lot of lessons that they have to go through, you know, in order to become wise, in order to become very knowledgeable and very, you know, skillful in life, you know, in order to be that teacher for others. It requires experience. Yeah, that is all I have for the Sag ascendant. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, and it gives you a little bit more of an understanding on this ascendant. If this is your ascendant, leave it down in the comments. Let me know your experience. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down below as well. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you guys would like a reading, you can send me an email with your astrology info and I'll get you squared away on your personal reading. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.